Hey everybody, welcome back to Sip and Talk. I'm Joe. And as always, I'm ready to dive into some seriously juicy info with you all today. It's like we're mixing up a knowledge cocktail here. Strong stuff, but oh, so smooth going down.
And I'm Sunny, your friendly neighborhood fact checker. I'll make sure we get all the ingredients right. Speaking of mixing things up, you know it's always a good blend? Travel whiskey and discovering awesome new things. You have to check out our friend Micky's YouTube channel, Mickytolife.
Yeah, Mickey's the best. He's always got something cool going on.
Like, still kind of right on that anime high.
Yeah.
All those chats we had with you guys. I mean, seriously, you all are like hardcore anime fans.
I know, right? The response was unbelievable. It's like we tapped into something special with all you awesome listeners out there.
Totally. And so many of you were like, hey, more anime, we need more.
More.
Exactly. So we thought, okay, let's deep dive into another one of those legendary anime universes.
Right.
And actually, this particular deep dive came straight from a longtime fan's thoughts about, you guessed it, Dragon Ball.
Right.
Dragon Ball, a classic. And I think that title alone just instantly throws you back.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like major nostalgia vibes.
Big time. And, you know, for so many people, Dragon Ball wasn't just a show. It was like this whole defining era.
It's true. It was like part of your DNA growing up.
Right. And that's why it totally deserves that classic label.
100%.
So our mission, which we have, wholeheartedly accepted for this deep dive, is to unpack why Dragon Ball is so enduring, why it still resonates so strongly after all these years, and what makes it a timeless masterpiece, what elevates it to that level.
Exactly.
We're going to be looking at some awesome insights into Akira Toriyama, the legend himself, and how Dragon Ball, exploded onto the scene in America.
Yeah.
Like one of Goku's epic power-ups. And we've also got some personal reflections from our buddy Micky, who's been a Dragon Ball fan, forever.
Nice.
So yeah, a lot of cool angles to cover in this deep dive.
I'm excited.
Me too. So let's start with Micky's perspective. Akira Toriyama's recent passing was a shock to us all.
It really was.
And Micky's reaction, I felt like it just mirrored what so many of us were feeling. He was just stunned.
Yeah, it was like this weird collective feeling like, whoa, did that really happen?
Yeah, it was like a part of our shared history just shifted.
Definitely, if you didn't grow up with Dragon Ball, it's hard to explain.
Totally. And what really hit me was when Micky said it felt like his childhood had ended.
Oh.
I mean, that's a powerful statement. It really shows you how deeply these stories, these characters can weave themselves into who we are.
Right. It goes way beyond just entertainment.
Right. It's like they become part of your personal story.
100%.
And, Micky even talked about how his uncle owned a comic book shop and he'd just go crazy buying up all the Dragon Ball comics and those little trading cards.
Oh, my God, the trading cards.
Remember those?
Yes.
It wasn't just about watching the show. It was this whole world you could immerse yourself in.
So true. It was like a whole culture.
Yeah. You were collecting, trading, bragging about your rarest cards. You were living and breathing Dragon Ball.
Totally. You were just a passive viewer. You were actively participating in the Dragon Ball universe.
Yeah. Exactly. That's real cultural impact right there.
Yeah.
And like any true Dragon Ball fan, Micky has his favorite story arc, the Cell Saga. He was just raving about Toriyama's creativity during that whole period. I mean, come on, who doesn't love the Cell Saga?
Seriously.
All those insane transformations, the stakes were so high, it was like edge of your seat stuff.
Definitely the Cell Saga was peak Dragon Ball for a lot of us.
For sure. But then Micky brought up something that I think resonates with a lot of us older fans. Sometimes the newer Dragon Ball stuff, it's like it's missing that spark, that Toriyama feel. He even used the word soulless.
Interesting.
It's like our perspective shifts as we get older, right? Like we start looking for different things in the stories we love.
Yeah, I guess when you're a kid, you're more into the action, the pure spectacle.
Yeah.
But as you mature, you start to analyze things a bit more.
Right. It's not just about those epic battles anymore. We want the story to be compelling, the character development to be consistent.
It's a natural evolution of how we engage with narratives.
For sure. But even with that, Micky still had such high praise for Dragon Ball. He called it a classic masterpiece passed down from generation to generation. And he was really emphasizing the unique art style and how it inspired countless other cartoonists.
Yeah, you can definitely see Toriyama's influence in so many other anime and manga.
Totally. His style is so iconic and recognizable. It's like instantly Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And to wrap up Micky's thoughts, he also mentioned those awesome memories of playing the Dragon Ball video games, man. Those games were the best.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Hours spent trying to master those combos and relive those iconic battles.
Right. It was like another way to totally immerse yourself in the world of Dragon Ball. So let's shift gears a little and talk about the man himself, Akira Toriyama, who was born in 1955 and sadly passed away earlier this year in 2024. Besides Dragon Ball, he also created the hilarious Dr. Slump, which was a huge success in its own right.
Oh yeah, Dr. Slump was amazing. That's where we really saw his comedic genius shine through and his unique art style started to take shape.
And here's something super interesting. Toriyama's pets were actually a source of inspiration for his character designs.
No way, really?
Yeah. His Cornwall Rex cat was the inspiration for both Biru's and Cat Majin. How cool is that? I love those little personal details that creators weave into their work.
It's so fascinating to see how everyday life can spark such incredible creativity.
Totally. It makes you appreciate those characters on a whole other level.
Yeah.
And get this, his love for food. It wasn't just about Goku's never-ending appetite. It actually influenced how he named his characters Goku from Gohan, which means rice Vegeta from vegetable, even Biru's from beer.
Whoa, that's amazing. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like this fun little hidden layer that adds to the whole Dragon Ball universe, and it makes the names so memorable.
It's true. They're so unique and kind of quirky.
Right, and speaking of unique, Toriyama even collaborated with Square Enix on the legendary Chrono Trigger, and he wasn't even super familiar with role-playing games at the time. That's some serious creative versatility.
Totally. He wasn't afraid to branch out and try new things. And his visual style was a huge part of what made Chrono Trigger so special.
Right. It added that Toriyama magic, and even towards the end of his career, he was fully involved in his final project, Dragon Ball Daima. And he personally chose Toyotaro to carry on the artistic legacy of Dragon Ball Super.
Wow, that's a testament to his dedication to his creation.
It is. It's like he was passing the torch to the next generation of Dragon Ball artists.
Making sure his vision lived on.
Exactly. And we also learned that he was president of the manga club in high school.
Of course he was.
Right? No surprise there. The passion was there from the beginning.
A lifelong love of manga.
Absolutely. And here's a fun fact. His favorite character was Piccolo.
Really? I would have thought it would be Goku.
Me too. But maybe he saw something special in Piccolo's journey and his transformation from villain to hero.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So Dragon Ball's impact, it wasn't just limited to Japan. It became a global phenomenon. Over 260 million copies of the manga sold worldwide broadcast in over 80 countries. Those are some mind-blowing numbers.
It's a testament to its universal appeal. Dragon Ball transcended cultural boundaries in a huge way.
Totally. And when it landed in America, it landed hard. TV broadcasts on Toonami became a core childhood memory for millions.
I still remember rushing home from school to catch it.
Right. And then there were the millions of manga sold. And get this, Goku was the first Japanese anime character to appear in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Wow.
Talk about mainstream recognition.
That's huge.
Right. And the Dragon Ball fan base here in the U.S., it's massive. Every anime convention, you see those amazing cosplays.
Yeah, the cosplays are incredible.
Right, and the online communities are thriving. These fans are seriously dedicated.
It's a testament to the enduring power of the series.
And Dragon Ball even started showing up in American street culture murals, in cities,
Yeah.
shout-outs, and hip-hop songs. It became this iconic symbol that transcended the anime world.
It's true, it became part of the fabric of pop culture.
So what made Dragon Ball connect so well with American audiences? Well, a big part of it was the amazing localization work by Funimation. They made it accessible to a whole new audience. And then there are those universal themes, friendship, pushing your limits, never giving up.
Yeah.
Those resonate with everyone.
Absolutely, those themes are timeless.
And you know, it's interesting. American fans, they really love those whose stronger debates.
Oh yeah, like Goku versus Superman?
Exactly. Those discussions get so heated.
People are passionate about their favorite characters.
Right, and then there were even those stories about kids trying to go Super Saiyan at school. I mean, that's some serious fandom right there.
It shows you how deeply it resonated with them.
So what makes Dragon Ball a classic? Because it's not just about popularity, it's about staying power. It's about being relevant decades later. Well, for one, the storytelling was innovative. It blended mythology, martial arts, and this constant theme of self-improvement. And the characters, they weren't one-dimensional. They had depth, they grew, they evolved. Think about Goku's journey, or how Vegeta and Piccolo went from enemies to allies.
It's true the characters are so well developed.
Right, and, you know, Dragon Ball even reflected those 1980s Japanese values of hard work and resilience.
Yeah, there's a definite cultural element there.
And we can't forget the historical significance. It was heavily influenced by the classic Chinese novel Journey to the West.
Which is fascinating in itself.
It is. And let's be real, Dragon Ball, it basically paved the way for so many other anime series that came after it.
Right.
It inspired shows like Naruto.
It set a new standard for shonen anime.
Totally. And get this, May 9th is officially Goku Day in Japan.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't scream cultural significance, I don't know what does. They basically created a national holiday for a fictional character.
That's amazing.
And for the Dragon Ball Super finale, they had these massive public screenings in Latin America filling entire stadiums.
Huh.
I mean, that's not just fandom, that's a cultural event.
Wow.
People coming together to share this experience. It was incredible.
It really speaks to the passion of the Dragon Ball fan base in Latin America.
It does.
Yeah.
So speaking of enjoying awesome content and following creative journeys, our buddy Micky has some really cool stuff going on over on his YouTube channel, Mickytolife.
Oh, yeah. Mickey's channel is great. You guys should definitely check it out.
Seriously, you have to. He's got these travel vlogs where he does whiskey unboxings.
Why?
Which, if you're into whiskey or travel or both, it's like the perfect combination. I remember this one time I was in Scotland trying to find a decent distillery tour. And let's just say Mickey's channel would have been a lifesaver back then. I ended up accidentally wandering into a sheep shearing demonstration. Not quite the same vibes.
Not even close.
And Micky also has his original music channel. He's a really talented musician. I put on some of his tracks when I'm just chilling at home, you know, unwinding after a long day. It's got this really cool laid-back feel. It's perfect for relaxing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's always great to see people pursuing their passions.
It is so. Yeah, definitely check out Mickytolife on YouTube. You might discover your new favorite travel vlog or a new artist to add to your playlist.
You never know what you'll find.
All right, bringing it back to Dragon Ball, you know, going through all this research, it really solidifies that Dragon Ball is a classic. It's not just nostalgia talking. There's real substance there.
Yeah, I agree. It's earned its place in history.
Right. It's that unique blend of Toriyama's creativity. I mean, cat-inspired gods and food-themed names. Come on.
So creative.
Right. And then you've got those engaging storylines and those relatable themes of striving for self-improvement and the power of friendship. It's a powerful combination.
It's a formula that works.
And it's touched so many generations, from those of us who grew up watching it on TV to kids discovering it on streaming services today. It's like the shared cultural experience.
And its influence on anime and manga is undeniable.
Oh, yeah, totally. And we can't forget that emotional connection. You know, like Micky saying, it felt like his childhood had ended.
Yeah.
That really hits home.
It's a reminder that these stories, they can become a part of us.
They do. So yeah, Dragon Ball, it's way more than just a show. It's a cultural touchstone, a global phenomenon with a rich history and a legacy that's still unfolding.
It's incredible how one person's vision can have such a profound impact on the world.
It is. So to wrap things up, we've seen how Toriyama's own personality and passions found their way into his work. We've explored how Dragon Ball became this global phenomenon, and we've dug deep into why it's considered a classic.
A timeless masterpiece.
And now for our final thought. Considering the enduring appeal of Dragon Ball and the way it's touched so many lives across the globe, what aspects of a story in any form, whether it's a book, a movie, a game, whatever, do you think make it timeless and allow it to connect with people from all different cultures and generations? It's something to really ponder. What's that special ingredient that makes a story last?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It really gets to the heart of what makes storytelling so powerful and enduring.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Dragon Ball. We hope you enjoyed nerding out with us. Until next time.